Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Outer Wilds. I am Outer Worlds. Welcome to the Outer Worlds. I am Liquidor. Let us begin. This is like really no good place for this microphone. Now that I think about it, it's like, all right, I'll just put it right there. So I continue to struggle with it. Okay. I will keep that one. I'll worry about that stuff later. I don't think I intended to come over here. You got Parvati with us? I'll assault. Just a couple bits there. Okay. Okay. We dealt with that guy. Or those guys. Okay, see here. We'll go back and talk to... Talk to who now? Oh yeah, I'm like, what's over there? It's like, nothing. Nothing's over there. I don't know if there was a fast travel point there.
What is it?
You know what it is.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me.
Yeah, I
Least
did.
I could do is pay you for your trouble.
Thank you.
Let me know if I can do something for you.
You're just a deserter.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
No one keeps that. No, don't sell that. Hmm. A fiver. I was not trying to get trouble here.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally. Got the strangest craving for Adrena time.
H12. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Telling me I need to go in there, so I'm not gonna go in there right now.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
It's just third. Okay. That's just third. Oh, Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Poor kid.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Just trying to get my ship off
Never
the
heard
ground.
it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Yeah, that's a lucky day.
I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Huh?
Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way.
Mm-hmm.
I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you. What's on your mind?
Okay. Okay. Not a perk one. No. Got stealing. Not me to take that. It was hiding in the corner. Okay. Just thirder. Look, just a kitchen there. Red, we won't take it without a cause. Or anyone? Nope. Okay. Doesn't seem to be much here, so.
Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Hopefully this is all lootable when they leave. Up, old lady. Huh? You have my exit points ready to go.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Blech. Alright. Meats that made me peace. Greenhouse. Let's butter up.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Yeah, we'll continue
Oh,
butter up.
dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Yeah.
Ah, cynicism, the privilege of the young. What you need is a little taste of my special mushroom soup. It'll broaden your mind, or at least your irises.
Alright.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip 'em out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'm no hero, man.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own labs. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Yeah, I'll defend Pravati. She's been with me.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Anything else I can talk to you about?
Anything else I can do for you? That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself. This is the old botanical lab in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. By the look on your face, I'm guessing you're not quite following me. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever. That sounds like fever talk, all right. So why am I tempted to believe you? Where did you say you were from? Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale. Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore. Now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell. Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up. Listen, don't you worry about
What
what
is the
I think.
hope to these people?
That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past. You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering. I'm listening. I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
What am I?
Remains to be seen. Might be the woman that saves the Vale. Might be Reed's personal gun hand. People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both.
That I do.
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
That it's true.
I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
Okay. That was productive. Now I want to find out what's over here. Don't like landmines. I understand why they have them. You know, doesn't stop me from wanting to get rid of them. Oh, okay. Okay, wasn't expecting that. toss ball backs. I discovered a vending machine. There was a person on the floor. Maybe they exactly weren't on the floor. Or what happened to the guard that was here?
What's on your mind? Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. I paid his burial fees, didn't I? Let the dead sleep. Didn't anyone ever tell you not to go rifling through other people's correspondence? Yeah? Well, disabuse yourself of any clever notions involving extortion. I'll have you know nothing I wrote in that letter was unlawful. Never mind. I don't have to explain myself to you.
I was hoping you'd tell me about something else. Okay.
Heard you've been taking down marauders.
Yeah, we're capable of that. Aha! Discovered a vending machine. Alright, this is definitely a lot bigger than I gave it credit for. Okay. Definitely not something I want to do right now. Are we idealist or are we a realist? I think it's a question. Hard. Okay. I was hoping to find a clue about that thing. Okay. Alright, let's give the kid this thing. And if I'm lucky, the third one will be in the plant.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Oh, is he still here?
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Well, one of those is about to go down really quickly. Fast travel here. We can fast travel here. Oh, there's nothing I want to go there. Kind of want to explore that area. We'll probably do that outside of this stream. We'll just like do a lot of looking around. Okay. Assault rifle. Now we're gonna keep that. Okay. From the planet to your living room. Edgewater, the thermal plant. Fast traveling is a convenient thing to go from one place to another.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Aren't you a little teleporter? Something bad went down here. Okay, it's in the repair bay. Chaos everywhere. Mechanical coming here, gunfire. Random screen, someone's leg.
impressive.
Hmm. Terminal there. Okay. Oh, want to look at the terminal before I went. Manager's Manager's office from Spencer. Letter serves in a formal notification. The company's displeasure toward your management for reasons related to exceeding the staff budget with your latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinates to terminate immediately. Office schedule your official reprimand. Not a right, but a privilege. So I've identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates. For their ongoing employment. Fail to meet production and output quotas. Profitable. Provide cheap and cost efficient power to the entire region. Yes, profitability. Claim somewhat profitable. Implement cost saving measures. Or it's taken a significant insurance policy against their own planet possible. Understand if you do not attempt to interpret or understand. Engineering specialist plant. Oh. Oh. Okay. Corporate made these guys go amok. Okay.
System alert.
I hate sounds that I don't know what's coming from. Okay. No, we don't need a transition. Good idea. Reload. Bolt turbines. Okay. Sure, that's what I need to finish this place. Okay. Means we're heading in the wrong direction. $45. Wow. Better be worth it.
Done.
Chester Higgins, mechanicals. Move, guards with auto mechanicals. Graham to treat. $45. Here we go.
Okay, moving out. Sure. Coming. Sure thing. I'm on my way.
Hard, okay.
Performing.
Here they come! Who's they? There they go!
Yeah. I have no idea why I shot that. Let's try weapon. Not that one. We got plenty of ammo for this, okay.
System. Investigating.
Here they come!
You're not real. You're not real.
Okay. We apparently found someone.
Get away! You're not real. You're not real.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Hold that for a minute.
No, 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 just leave me alone. No, 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 just leave me alone. No, 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 just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom. No, 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 just leave me alone. Get away! No, no, no. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom.
Okay.
Shoot, scram. You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Surprise you. I'm surprised you survived.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How are you down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
I was just an engineer.
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
I did not die.
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. You mean, why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Okay. You lived.